Today on the show, we're talking Jeep Recon. That's right. I'm going to speculate about a few things that might be coming up. And, well, we're going to talk about pricing of the Jeep Recon because for the 2026 model year, we were all excited. Hey, EV is coming and we cannot wait. And, well, we couldn't wait for this. This is the Jeep Recon, and it's on Jeep's. This is Jeep's official website, by the way. This is not a rendering. That's an actual build of the thing. They're showing them around auto shows and stuff. And, well, there she is. And for 2026, we were supposed to be all electric, man. The real push was coming. Everybody was excited for this. And, well, here it is. And in 2022, we saw renderings of this thing, and it was supposed to be very capable. As you can see, the doors come off, and, well, it was going to be this thing. And this thing is really, it's kind of a natural successor to what the Cherokee used to be. If you look at it, the grill kind of reminds you of that. The front end a little bit reminds me of the old Cherokees, and definitely it's a smaller, I think more kind of Wrangler size, which what the old Cherokees kind of were, and not that abomination that we called Cherokee the previous models, because that was just awful. But this is the Recon, and it says the next chapter is starting soon. But how soon? We were promised in a Q2, which we're coming up on, and, well, in Q3 I think is when we're actually going to see this thing. And is it dead on arrival? Well, we have to look at what Dodge did with the Challenger Charger program to see, well, people don't want an EV vehicle anymore. They're done, over zip, don't want it. And, well, I have a feeling this thing might be dead on arrival as well. And a lot of it has to do with pricing. And, well, I want to bring this up because this is a speculative now. This is from Car and Driver, but it does give us a good idea. And this is in line with what I've been thinking the price of this was going to be. And this is showing. We're going to get a few options there. We got Sierra, a high altitude, a Sierra, a Rubicon, a Willys, and a Sport. And out of all this, you can see we're going to start roughly around $60,000. I have a feeling they're going to try to say $59,995. And we're going to get up to basically $80,000 on this thing, which, you're thinking, okay, EV, we know they're more expensive, but this thing should be about $40,000. Nowhere close to the $60,000. And, well, you look at $60,000 and go, okay, I'm going to get that tax credit. Whoa. There are, as of September 30th, there are no tax credits. So you can't knock $7,500 off of the price of this thing and think, okay, I'm getting it in the early 50s or mid to early 50s. No, not anymore, because if we can believe what Car and Driver here has up, and I have no reason to say otherwise, I think we're looking at a failure at the launch. Unless Jeep does some weird incentives to get people to buy these things, I don't see it lasting. And it's unfortunate because I do think, we'll bring this back up here, I do think that this thing is a good looking vehicle. And I'm going to show the interior of this thing. Look at that. These are some spy photos of it, and it looks good. I can't say that doesn't look bad at all. And overall, I think the vehicle it's a good design, but pricing is everything right now. We're living in a world where everything's expensive. We've got high interest rates, we've got high car prices, and ever since the pandemic, just the price of vehicles is up 30%, something like that. That's ridiculous. Then you look at something like this, which is going to be techie. You're going to have to charge it. You get all the problems that come with that. Yes, I do understand that, Chevrolet, GM, and them have, 400 plus range in some of their stuff. This is not going to be that. And then we get in the real world. We'll say this is 350. Real world, it's more like 260. And then weather dependent, it's probably 200. That's a lot of money to spend, and you can't really go anywhere, which is unfortunate because I do like it. Ultimately, I think this is a good looking vehicle, and I'm curious where you're at with it. I mean, you look at $60,000 price range. Is that got your attention? And you're like, whoa, this is not where I thought it was going to be. Because honestly, I don't even think it's where Jeep thought they wanted it. I think they wanted probably in the 45 range is probably where they would like to see a Sport start out, and then you get into the 60 range for the high altitude. Makes more sense. But those prices, by the way, are just speculative. But I think they're really relying on the government tax credits to help get the prices down of this, subsidize those old EVs, and well, it's not going to happen. But in the comments below, I'm curious where you're at with this thing. Were you very interested in the Recon, or were you like, nah, it's worn off. I'm over that EV craze. And do you wish, at the end of the day, they did a 4xe version of this thing? Because I really think that's where it's at. And I think we can learn real quick that V8s are back within the Stellantis brand for now. And I think they quickly learned that people aren't willing to give up gas-powered vehicles just yet. And we do know with the Ram Rev, they do have a generator version of the pickup truck they're working on, which they've pushed back to like 28, something ridiculous. By the way, I'd like my deposit back on that, my reservation fee, because, well, I did that over, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. And do they take this and do something like that? Because really, I think that's the way that it's going to win on this. And they could beat Scout to it, which we do know Scout is by the end of 26 is supposed to start rolling off the line. And these kind of play in the same category, even though I think Scout's going to be a lot bigger than this. I don't know. I'm curious. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about this. Where you at with EV, especially for off-road? I don't see them working out right now, but I'm just one person and it's my opinion. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about this. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or these electric Wrangler Recon things that I'd like to drive. It's been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.